The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best.
Hey guys, so it's Captain Multiverse here. So last night we got the season premiere and series premiere of Welcome to Derry. Welcome to Derry, you know, the prequel for the It franchise. So we had It, and then we had It Chapter 2, and now we got It Welcome to Derry. We've been waiting for this show. It's been long waited. We've been hearing about it for a long time. People are like, when's the trailer for Welcome to Derry? When's the show coming out? And we kept kind of waiting and seeing when Andy Muschietti was going to release it. And we finally got it. At least the premiere episode. And the cool thing is, and we'll talk about this throughout the review, that apparently we're not going to have to wait that long for episode 2. It's going to be out this Friday instead of this Sunday. And I got to check on the schedule, but I don't know if we're getting 2 episodes this week or if we're just getting 1. But I got to look into it. But I know we're definitely getting, for sure, the second episode on the 31st. Because the Weeks Ahead trailer confirmed it. So, we'll get an episode on Halloween. So, Andy Muschietti, season premiere, Welcome to Derry. Now, this is a prequel, so the way they're going to use Pennywise in this show is we won't see his clown form right away. And as far as season premieres go, this kicks off right to the jump with basically Pennywise has already infected Derry. You kick this thing off, and they're going so dark with this. They're already killing kids because we have this kid, Maddie, which is kind of like the new Georgie of this prequel, where he's in the car. So he struggles with his dad beating him up, and really good storytelling. And then he goes to this movie theater, and then he escapes, and he wants to get out of Derry very badly. And so then he gets in the car with this random family. This family's like so nice. It's very creepy. Doesn't make sense to him. And then we have a live birth in the front seat of the car after basically these kids are being weird to Maddie. Maddie's got his pacifier out because he's getting scared. And this 2-headed demon baby comes out of the mom. And this is Pennywise's first form. And so we start this episode with that. And it's really perfect time for Halloween, this series. And even though October's coming for an end, because it's very horrific, very crazy story so far. Loving what we're seeing here. We kick this off. And by the beginning of this pilot episode, we already kill our first kid. He gets Georgied. And then we see the cinematography shows the pacifier and goes to the sewer, connecting that this was indeed Pennywise. And then throughout the episode, we see multiple things happen. We see a big presence on the focus between the kid's storyline, which is the coming-of-age story, just like we got in the first movie, and then we get the blend of the adult Air Force pilot stuff, where there's some conspiracy theories. And I'm really more intrigued in the adult side of things, but I don't really know where it's going yet, because it could be something that, like, I don't know if it works for me. Depends how they handle it. The trailers make it look like it's interesting, and also, we'll get to the pros and cons section in a minute, but as this episode goes on, so we see this Air Force thing, and one thing that I noticed is there is a fight scene in a horror series of the Air Force versus these guys trying to get some specs. So, we have 2 Air Force pilots, Polly and, I can't remember what his name is. We'll just call him Major. But so you have Polly and this other guy, and they are basically recruited to join this program. And now Derry's involved in the military. And where I think this storyline could go is that the military wants to investigate Pennywise for some alternate alien stuff. There's also quite a bit of Easter eggs in this episode. So you get a Batman comic shows up with Clayface in here. You also see a Flash comic, which I think is pretty cool. And they allude to the Turtle in this one. Quite a few references to the Turtle. I do think the Turtle is going to come into this show at some point by the end. I don't know how they're going to do the Turtle, but somehow with it being a prequel, I think they're going to bring the Turtle in. So yeah, we pick up the kids' storyline. You know, the kids are all weird. You know, they're not. You get your coming age, they're adult jokes. This feels like Stranger Things, but more mature. And it feels like you have each of the characters kind of like they're still in that coming age feeling where like it feels like this is just that more mature. The military presence feels very Stranger Things, but darker. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, there is some familiarity here, but it is good storytelling. There is good writing. I do have some nitpicks. I do think it's an enjoyable episode, but we might have to talk about a not great score because I do have some nitpicks. Nitpick number 1. The baby looks fine. People are always iffy on CGI. My big issue is there's a lampshade scene later in the episode, and man, does it look bad. I wish it was a little better. I wish they did a better job with that one. And my other issue is, other than the CGI, I'm just not a big fan of the choice of this was Pennywise's first form. But overall, I think it's a pretty good premiere. It ends shockingly with, now we kill Maddie in the beginning of the first episode, and then we kill 2 more characters towards the end of the episode, leaving only a few characters left. Which, this is interesting. They're really going for it. They're really like, yeah, kids can die in this thing. And I do hope that they really continue to go for it. I really hope that kids and adults die in this show to really show the severity of, like, I feel like right now in this day and age, people treat Pennywise as a joke, and we need to go back to Pennywise in that first It movie being so terrifying. Then the second movie really ruined him, so I really want to see this Welcome to Derry show bring Pennywise back to the forefront, make Pennywise scary again. So my score for this episode is a 7 out of 10. Wonky CGI, slow burn story, but still very good. Really not sure where the military storyline goes, but it was great to see Gamby's actor here. I'm really curious to see. Oh, my other negative, why the 7, is the one fight scene we had in here. If Andy Muschietti still directs Batman, I'm terrified because this fight scene was very sloppy and poorly edited, in my opinion. But overall, a good premiere. 7 out of 10 for me. I'm enjoying the show. I can't wait to see what happens on Halloween for episode 2. So if you guys want me to do watch parties moving forward for Welcome to Derry, I didn't do the premiere because I was busy sleeping because I was really tired, but I watched it myself. If you'd like me to do a watch party for episode 2 on Halloween, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great, awesome day.